everybody. So I'm not so sure if you have met this scenario here. So you have a lot of photos, like for example you take on the Sony camera here, and they all have the same problem for the white balance and what that here, but you wanted to actually quickly adjust the colors here. Then how do you do? Yeah, that's the question that questioned me for a long time until I found PixCake here. See? PixCake here. 像素蛋糕. And then that PixCake is much more better and even has more features than Lightroom. Well, Lightroom have a lot of minor bugs, but in the past few years we do not have any alternative until now. We have PixCake here. See? So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to install PixCake, and then I'm going to also tell you how to use it as well here. So to install it very simple. So we go to any browser, for example my Google one, and I'm going to type in Bing here. So for here, I'm going to type in 像素蛋糕 here. And remember this one, this is the official website. We'll click in, and then they have the paid version and the free version. And the free version, I tell you, it already has like 99% of all of the editing features. Plus, it already said that for like about the end of 2025, it already says that it is completely free. Yeah, 永久免费 here. So we can just say 免费下载体验. We just click it there. And then here, I'm going to click Win 客户端 because I'm using Windows. So I'm going to click this one. I'm going to download this one, see? But I already have it here, so I did not actually install it again here. So we just double click it and then follow the instructions as well here. So now, after we have installed PixCake, we can open it up here. So this is just a project that I'm working on, the photos that I just took here. So after you have opened it up, it seems like this here. So how you actually do it is that you don't even need to click the plus sign. All you have to do is select some photos. For example, this few photos. Like for example here, let's see how many photos I've took. After 127 photos here, and I want to edit them all here in a very fast way. So all you have to do is select this 126 photos here. And then careful, this can also actually color edit the RAW and JPEG photos here. So here, we dump in the 126 JPEG photos, and then choose one that you're going to use as your module here. So that we'll have to first put it as a template. Like you have to choose one photo to use as a template. Then you can just copy this template and use it across others here. So first, this is the one. This is where we can choose the image, and on top there's 精细 and 图库. 精细 is where we can actually adjust all of the aperture things here as well. See? So this is how we actually edit it here. So for example, I want to choose this photo as my template. Then okay. Then we just select this one. We can adjust a little bit of the aperture, a little bit brighter, a little bit more contrast, yeah. And then adjust the color. This is for 色彩调节 here. And I want a little bit more vibrant saturation, a little bit more here. Okay, so after you're happy with it here, then we can actually just do it like there. So first of all, we just delete this one first. We're going to say save as a 新预设 here. So give it a name and give it a title here. For example, on the I just created a fillet here, so we'll have to make a name. For example, coffee beans. Okay, we have a coffee beans here, and then remember to set it as 色彩 because that's why as for color editing here. Then we say 保存, and then we go back to 图库, a little bit smaller. Press Ctrl and A, and then hold Ctrl while you press your mouse over the first one. You're going to deselect the first one, and then go over to a little cube here, and then go to coffee beans. So now this is where it actually comes for your computer performance here. So now it's going to color edit every single photo for you. So just take a sip of coffee and then wait for a moment here, because we got 125 photos to do here. So just like wait a while, we'll take a sip of coffee, we'll do your things, and come back in a minute. And the time that it takes to process them is all depend entirely on the laptop here. So now your laptop is doing the whole job for you here. So we just sit here and wait, and then until it has done there. Now we can wait a little bit.
12 seconds later.
So now it has color edited every single one of it for us here. See, there's a little pencil here. That means it has color edited here. So you can just export it freely here. Here we select Lightroom, and then we can actually just say 自定义设置 here, and then we go to 高级设置. And be careful here, the thing that I love about like PixCake is that it can export JPEG photos that are larger than RAW, but actually there's no AI things here. That means that it's all based on the original photos here. But the thing is that because I post on 小红书, which is read not oftenly, I can only actually upload that's 30 MB or less here, so I have to actually make a little bit more smaller, for example 11 or 13 here. Remember to choose the format. We want JPEG, so we choose JPEG here. And now we can actually just select Lightroom, and it is all free here, but check if you have used the free features or the pro features. If you see free here, that means it's free here. If you don't see free, then it's going to be actually needs to pay here. So after you have actually did, you can just click Control A and then export all of the 125 photos here, see? If it's free, then we can actually click Lightroom, and it's going to generate a new folder for you here. So that's actually how basically you can actually use the PixCake to actually quickly adjust your colors and a lot of photos here, including RAW and other formats here. And I hope you enjoyed it, and we're going to see each other in our next video.